Alright everybody, welcome back to the Craftverse series. This will be episode 387, and you might notice there's a little bit of a difference in the render distance, because apparently that was what was causing my lag. I had it set to 20 chunks prior to this, and every single time I flew through this specific airspace, I would have a massive chunk of lag. And I went and did a little check in creative mode, had a little cheeky look around. Went into spectator, popped down underneath the ground, and what do I find? 15,000 different noodle caves just dotting the area. A ton of flowing lava, a little bit of flowing water, and every time I rotated the screen, it loaded all of them. Yeah, I was not going to have good frames. So I went ahead and turned it down to 14, which is why you can just barely make out the outline of the roof of that mansion I built over there. That is the Lex the Builder Pale Oak Mansion. You can very, very faintly see it as a silhouette behind the Wizard Tower. Yeah, we're going to be on 14 for a little bit because I have some building and restructuring to do. I've been doing quite a bit off camera. As you can tell between last episode and this, I have trimmed this all the way down to make it at 80. But it's not as far down as I need it to be. I need it to come down to 75, which is right here. So I'm going to be removing this house, taking all of this down, so we have this nice flat plateau so I can build on. I'm going to be using a structure of walls going around. I'm not sure exactly how far around I want it to go. I'm thinking currently, hello Rain, that I can have it loop around the portal area and head that way and meet up with the cherry biome. That way it's not sticking all the way out towards the coastline. But that means I have to remove all of this. Given what I have to remove in the underground, that is nothing. So we can go ahead and chalk that up to a necessary evil. And let's go ahead and get started. Might notice my pick is nearly dead. It's okay because I have 2 shulkers in my inventory that have a varying degree of silk picks. I also have a shulker that I picked up full of these fortune shovels. And also between episodes, I went ahead and turned down my audio settings just a bit so I don't have these annoying cow sounds echoing quite as loud. Because no matter what I do, they are the ones who want to spawn the most. And they are the most obnoxious. See, there goes another one. If I wanted you to spawn, I would tell you. It's always the ones you don't want to spawn that spawn the most. Like when I had the farming add-on on the Awkward Kingdom. Oh. I'll tell you what, those peacocks, they are the most annoying mob in any add-on I have ever played. And that's saying something, because I also joined Prowl's community realm at one point, and he had dragons? And for some reason, my Switch could not process all of the data, so the dragons were invisible, and I was just getting sniped by things I couldn't see. They made no noise. All I know is I'm just walking along, trying to go explore, and then suddenly, you have been killed by a dragon. I didn't know there was a dragon near me, and then somebody next to me pointed out in the chat, oh yeah, there was a dragon sitting next to you the whole time. I just didn't know you couldn't see it. Well, obviously, if I'm completely unprepared, just joined the realm, I don't have gear, I'm not going to go trying to poke a dragon. Apparently, that's something they would have done, and they didn't bother putting 2 and 2 together. So, you know. Invisible mob, or extremely annoying foghorn of a bird. And still the bird's more annoying. The rest of the add-on, more or less pleasant. But it left a sour taste on the world after it got removed. because there were so many zones we had visited that had new trees pop up that there were just a bunch of dirt question mark blocks, and it just became too ugly and too much hassle to try and clean up. So whoever downloads the Season 2 World of the Awkward Kingdom, I do apologize, but you are going to be seeing a ton of those. I don't believe I included farming on Season 1 at any point, so we shouldn't have a bunch of question mark blocks from that. But I did have spark portals, and I believe I took all the add-ons off when I was trying to download it. It might still be on there, because it wasn't the one that was actually on the realm. We'll just have to see whenever that gets used again. Obviously, if there are any issues with the world download, do let me know, and I will take a look at it. But speaking of the Awkward Kingdom, Season 3 has been progressing quite nicely, and Episode 1 should have dropped not too long ago. I believe by the time this video goes up, Episodes 2 and 3 will be out. Since that is a weekly episode, and this is 4 times weekly, I don't want this junk. All of this needs to be trimmed down. However, I do also need to trim around the portal frame and change that from being quite so conical to being more of a taper, if that makes sense. It's currently just 1 block down, 1 block down, 1 block down, and I want to make it 1 block 2 down, 1 block 2 down. And in order to make it look good, that means I have to skip the top one and go down. So we're going to completely ignore the one these are all situated on and count this as the first block, drop this out, and then we want to drop both of these so it goes 2 down. See, we have the one at the top with all the lights, that's fine, and then 2 down, 2 down. It's easier to describe with visual than it is with word. Here we go. I'm going to be replacing the stone here with like probably stone brick, leaving just a little bit up there of actual grass. We're going to see just how well this looks. But it's been bugging me for a bit, so I want to actually put forth the effort and fix it. Hold up. Wait a minute. Do I want to include that one top ring? Just the way it is currently. 2, 2, 2. Bring this down. Because this is going to stay. Just going to convert these to grass. We could just have 2s all the way around. It wouldn't be terrible. It wouldn't be the best, but it wouldn't be terrible. It would be easier to light. So if we just have it look like this, it gives us 3 extra blocks of space to work with. How does it look from this side? Easier to tell without the rain particles in the way. Alright, better view, should have some blue skies. Yeah, it looks a little off. I'm gonna have to just 2 down all the way around. Means there's significantly less coverage around the sides. 2 down around like that. It's fairly simple to do. It's just extra work. And then we come down here and we just flat out remove this. And that already looks a bit better. Okay, so we replace everything except for the little bits of grass with stone brick. Okay. Call that back up. Don't need the cow parts. I do actually still need the dirt, however. So now we come up here, clean up as much of the stone as we can. Probably not much from the first initial pass. So the rest of that's just going to be grass and dirt. So then we want to go around and gradually just remove bit by bit pieces that we don't want. It's going to dramatically change the way this is shaped. What I might do is put a light block right in here in the corners, because it's easier to fit one in now. And then, of course, there's this problem. And then there's that problem. Going around, fixing this just a bit. Gotta come around this side and do the same thing, but I also have to do this side that I forgot to do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some deep slate in order to fix that up. It's better to just get it all done in one shot, so I'll wait till I know exactly how much I need. Probably not a great deal, but noticeable amount. Yeah, having a little bit of light up there would definitely make that worth keeping. Sea lanterns with some moss coverage. That's what I've been doing for the hills, so it seems fire. Well, what was that word? I don't know. Trying to say 2 different words at once, it came out like an accent. Okay. Okay, so this unfortunately has to go. I want you to be relatively flush. Yeah, this ring here is fine, so I can justify that by having lighting. Let's actually go take a peek on what it looks like from the top. Oh, well, doesn't help if you fall off. Stairs are not your friend. Okay, that looks fine. So over here, I need to trim a bit. And we'll use that as the lighting here and here. Try to keep it relatively rounded. But at the same time, I don't need quite so much sticking over. 2, 1, whatever this is, 1. Okay, there's the 2. Remember to do that around all edges, and then trickle this down. Yep, like so. 1, pop you off. You're actually supposed to be 2, right? No, it's this one. So that comes off, and then you come. No. What? All right. Something fishy here. Oh, right. Yeah, this is going to throw everything off. I see. Or I could leave that and light up this spot right here. So what I'm going to have to do is turn you into path block where I want to put a light so I know what I'm doing. This is a fortune shovel, so it's just going to turn it back into dirt anyway. Okay. And then we can do the same thing here. Is that necessary? Yeah, it is. That is necessary, but is this one? Probably not. We'll leave it. Not there. Light up around the edges. Uh, 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. So this side is different. This side has the extra block of space. 2, 3, 5. So there should be 6. Okay, so that is where the issue is. Verify all these are the same. 6. 6. And then this side got a little cleaved as well. All right, so this one is the one I have to go by. So we have the 6, and then we have the 3 1s, and then we have the 6. So 6, 3 1s, and then 1, 2, 3. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Which means you uh, 5. Trying to make this match up and it's not wanting to. All right, let's see how it is over here. One, two, three, 4, 5. 1 blank. 1, 2, 3, 4 blank. 1. Okay. 1 blank. 1, 2, 3, 4. You should be blank. Because we have that. Yes. So we should have the. Right? Oh. So we have the 2 next to it. And we don't have this. And then we do that, right? That would make it 6. Believe this is now correct. Let's double check this side. 1 next to it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 empty next to it. Which would mean I then have to build this up. Not that one. That. 1 empty. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, not here. Okay. So far, it's fixed. This level is good. You need to have a thing right here. And then you need to have a thing right here. We're just going to make all of these exactly the same so there's no confusion. Little Z, 3, Z, line, Z, Z, line. Okay, so far, so perfect. Yep, this side's good. Now we go down 1. And with this, okay, so how is it so far? Oh, no. No! Stop it! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then right there. Yeah, we can do the 2, and then Okay. Okay. Now remember, these are meant to be the lights. 5, 6, a 2, and then we have the line. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 2, line. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a 2. Perfect. All right, now we have to see how we want to do this one. Keeping it just a bit similar. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so 2, 8, 2, 5. I'm trying to light up each layer so I don't have to worry about it. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Her. This is 5. This is supposed to be 5. So how did that get different? I'm going top down. This ought to all be the same. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because 2, 3, 6, 7, okay, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 5, a 2, 2, 3, 4. How did we end up here? Because that's identical. This is a totally rounded out piece. Oh. Oh. Okay. I see what happened. Actually don't have these. We have the 2, and we have all of this as 1s. 2, all of that is 1s. Yeah, okay, I see that. That's what happened. Which means we can now replace these. Meaning we have a 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 2. Let's make sure. Yeah, we only have the 1 additional support here. Two, 3, 4, 5. This is how you create a lit up atmosphere. Two. 1. No. Okay. All right, we're back on track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are going to be replaced by lights. We have a 2. Right? Is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, that's 8. There's the 2. And thus we put this up here and we put that 2 in. Okay. And because of that, we then need this will just be a wrap at the bottom. I won't be worried about lighting that up because I can put lanterns on the underside. That'll work nicely. All of this bottom wrap is going to be replaced. But I need to know what I need to replace. So that only leaves me with 1 block of spare. It's better because it was sticking over. Pop those. It's fine. Okay. So far, so good. Just remove this entire piece. Yeah, I haven't had an ounce of lag since I dropped it from 20 to 14. This should be flush at 875. This is flush at 875. Perfect. So I have done it good, and now I just have to fully bring it around. Wait a minute. How did... Oh, I see the problem. I see the problem. I have not, in fact, done a good. Oh. How did I still end up with... Okay, well that solves the problem. Just gotta bring this down. And then, actually, you two stay. You come out. And then that's still flush at 875. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Pop all of this junk out. Hold on. Oh. Alright, now we're on par. All of this gone. And then we will replace all of that first level with stone brick. We'll have enough stone from removing all of the bits, so it'll be good. Okay, now we have trimmed it significantly. It looks a little bit better, I think. It's a little wide around the midsections, but those are going to be lit up, so that's going to be fine. There won't be anything spawning up there, I don't think. Maybe some sheep and cows, but other than that, nothing of significance. Case in point, sheep. Okay. Gradually peel this inward, widen out the area. Oh yeah, this will look good. I'm going to put together all the stone brick, come back and show you what this looks like after it's all lit up and done. And I'll catch you in the next episode where we do a little bit more terraforming. Peace out, everybody.